Imagine this. You're walking into a grocery store thinking you'll grab a few essentials, but as you start filling your cart, those little price tags begin to feel like warning signs. By the time you hit the checkout, you're staring at a total that feels more like a mortgage payment. You wonder, how did this happen? If this sounds all too familiar, buckle up, because you're not alone in this nightmare. Rising costs, sneaky markups, and overpriced basics are draining wallets everywhere. And here's the sinister truth. Not all grocery stores are out to save you money. Some are budget-friendly havens, while others? They're financial traps in disguise, waiting to chew through your paycheck. But what's worse, many stores pretend they're giving you a deal with flashy sales or fancy branding, only to jack up prices when you're not looking. That's right, you could be paying double for the same bag of pasta just because you picked the wrong store. Consumer reports, scathing online reviews, and heated Reddit threads all paint a chilling picture. Some stores consistently leave shoppers shaking their heads in disbelief at the checkout, while others keep loyal customers coming back for real bargains. Today we're exposing the absolute best grocery stores to save your hard-earned cash and calling out the worst offenders that'll leave you broke. These rankings are based on real research, shopper experiences, and some eye-grattering tales from those who've been tricked one too many times. Stick around as we count down the top 8 grocery stores where you'll actually find deals and reveal the 8 bottom-tier spots you should avoid if you value your wallet. Trust me, you won't want to miss this list. 8 best grocery stores to buy cheap food. Number 1, Aldi. Alright, imagine this nightmare scenario. You've been scammed again. Not by some shady con artist on the street, but by your local grocery store. You're shopping, thinking you're saving, only to find receipts that make you break into a cold sweat. Cue Aldi. This isn't just any discount store. It's your wallet's ultimate shield against overpriced grocery chains. If you've heard the name Aldi, you know why it's become the stuff of legends among savvy shoppers. Born in Germany, this powerhouse has expanded its empire to over 2,000 US locations. But here's what makes Aldi truly terrifying. Terrifying for their competitors, that is. Aldi slices through the bloated costs of big-name grocers with prices that could make them blush. Studies, like one from Market Force Information, have ranked Aldi as a top choice for affordability. And we're not talking minor savings. We're talking consistently undercutting big chains by leaps and bounds. The twist? Aldi thrives on private label products. Forget clinging to expensive brands. Aldi's in-house items are scary good. People rave about how their cereals, snacks, and pantry staples taste just as good, if not better, than the brand name offenders. One shopper shared how her family of 4 slashed $50 a week off their grocery bill simply by going all in at Aldi. How do they manage it? By cutting unnecessary frills. No fancy displays or endless aisles, just the basics. Smaller stores equal lower overhead, and those savings go straight into your cart. The catch is, you'll need to bring your own bags and deposit a quarter for your cart. Sounds like a hassle? Sure, but when your receipt is half the length of what it'd be elsewhere, you'll thank them for their no-nonsense, ruthless cost-cutting strategies. Aldi isn't just good for your budget, it's a flat-out fortress against overspending. Number 2, Lidl. Now, if Aldi is the first knight in your battle against ruthless grocery bills, Lidl is its equally lethal partner in crime. Once again, we head back to Germany, the birthplace of no-nonsense grocery dominance. Lidl is Aldi's direct rival, and their showdown is nothing short of epic for us, the budget-conscious shoppers who crave fresh produce without shelling out half a paycheck. What sets Lidl apart in the spooky grocery landscape? For starters, it's got the same small label, private label magic as Aldi, but with a little extra flair. Think of Lidl as Aldi's slightly fancier cousin. Yes, the prices are terrifyingly low, but you'll also find a slightly broader product lineup. Their bakery? Legit impressive. Rotating weekly specials on surprising, high-quality items? Lidl nails it there, too. Consumers rave about Lidl's ability to shatter competitors' prices, especially on staples. A 2022 North Carolina price survey revealed Lidl consistently beat out rivals by as much as $1.02 on basics like bananas, lettuce, and snack items. It adds up fast, folks. And shoppers can't stop talking about its fresh produce deals. Seriously, how often do you not feel ripped off when buying a bag of bell peppers? But don't be fooled into thinking Lidl's affordability means sacrificing quality. They've taken a page right out of Aldi's book with private label goods that leave national brands trembling. The best part? You're saving so much money you may even snag something from Lidl's weekly rotating stock of surprise items. Fancy cookware, home gadgets, or something totally random yet irresistible? It's all there. Lidl delivers killer quality at ludicrously cheap prices. Take it from the countless shoppers who treat Lidl like a budget mecca. If you're lucky enough to live near one of their locations, count your blessings and stock up. Number 3, Trader Joe's. If Trader Joe's isn't already on your radar, you've been dangerously overlooking one of the cheapest gold mines in grocery shopping. Don't be fooled by its quirky store design and obsession with slapping a coconut flavor on everything. Behind the friendly branding lies a cold hard truth for overpriced grocery stores everywhere. Trader Joe's is blowing them out of the water with consistent savings. What's the catch with TJ's? There isn't one, really. Instead of drowning you in aisle after aisle of filler goods, Trader Joe's opts for a streamlined approach. They curate private label products focusing on quality without the brand name markups. This means that everything from their famous frozen dinners to their calcium-packed cereals is sold at prices that feel like a direct insult to overpriced chains. While TJ's nails affordability, diehard fans know its sweet spot is wine and cheese. Yes, you heard me. TJ's offers wine and soft cheeses at prices that make fancy stores look downright ridiculous. One shopper named Ramon from California claimed he slashes $40 a week off his grocery bill just by choosing Trader Joe's for pantry staples and frozen goods. Now, warning time. Trader Joe's isn't perfect. Produce can sometimes feel like a gamble, especially if you're picky about freshness or variety. But when you do land a deal, such as endless pre-prepped bagged salads or seasonal treats, those savings will keep you loyal. Combine that with consistently fair everyday prices, it's a no-brainer. Whatever you do, don't underestimate this chain. Trader Joe's is out here proving that you don't have to sell your soul or empty your wallet for affordable groceries. Number 4, Winco Foods. Our fourth budget-saving hero is a bit of a hidden gem. If you live in one of the western U.S. states where Winco Foods operates, congratulations, my friend. You're blessed with a store so fiercely cost-effective it's practically a secret weapon for frugal shoppers. Here's the thing about Winco. It's not flashy, it doesn't have trendy branding or Instagram-worthy aesthetics. When you step inside, you're greeted with cavernous aisles, bulk bins, and a vibe that screams warehouse chic. But trust me, that's their strategy and it's brilliant. Winco keeps costs insanely low by running a no-frills operation. It's employee-owned, meaning there's no greedy corporate overlord sniffing around for massive profits. They cut out the middleman, buying directly from suppliers and pass those savings straight to us. The bulk bins play a big part here too. Grains, beans, snacks, flour, and spices are yours for prices that'll make the fancy chain down the street cry with envy. Winco fans are notoriously loyal. They'll tell anyone who listens why this store is worth the drive. Take it from an Idaho shopper who raves online about saving over $1 per pound on coffee beans and shredded cheese at Winco compared to other grocery chains. No membership fees, no gimmicks, just solid, dependable savings on everyday essentials. Not to mention, Winco often beats warehouse clubs like Costco on certain items, but without the hassle of monitoring expiration dates on a giant tub of sour cream. Add in staples like canned goods or pasta, you've just hacked the system. While they aren't nationwide yet, if you've got a Winco within driving distance, you'd be insane not to make it your go-to for groceries. Because in the fight to save money, Winco is punching way above its weight. Number 5, Costco. Picture this, you walk into a grocery store hoping to stock up, but instead you leave empty-handed because the prices make your eyes water. The usual story, right? Wrong. Enter Costco, where bulk buying isn't just a suggestion, it's a budget-saving strategy for the bold. Yes, there's a membership fee, but don't panic just yet, do the math. That fee, typically around $60 annually, might just save your grocery budget from an untimely demise. Why is Costco your financial savior? For one, the savings are no joke. Frequent shoppers can save $500 to $600 a year on groceries alone, according to a study by CNBC. How? Bulk shopping. You're not just buying a small bag of rice here, you're hauling out 25-pound sacks at a price per unit that slashes what you'd pay elsewhere. Kirkland's Signature, Costco's private label, is the real MVP here. Offering high-quality products from massive blocks of cheese to cases of olive oil, all at jaw-droppingly low costs. Of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. If you're a solo shopper or don't have room for literal bales of toilet paper, it can feel overwhelming. But families, especially bigger ones, Costco is a lifeline. Take it from Leslie, a mom from Oregon, who swears Costco has halved her weekly grocery bill. She calls it the best $60 she spends all year. The scariest part? Not shopping here if you have a location nearby. Ignoring Costco might be like throwing away hundreds of dollars every year. Number 6. Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. Ever heard of a treasure hunt? That's pretty much what shopping at grocery outlet feels like. But here's the catch. Not finding this bargain hub in your area could mean missing out on some of the cheapest food prices imaginable. Grocery Outlet takes the overstock and closeouts from big grand manufacturers and sells them at ridiculously low prices. It's the ultimate secret weapon for beating overpriced grocery chains. Step inside and you might stumble upon premium organic foods for half of what they cost at your neighborhood health store. Last week's overpriced $6 bottle of gourmet olive oil? Snag it here for $2, $50. But the thrill of grocery outlet lies in its unpredictability. One trip, you're walking out with a full arsenal of snacks and salsas at a fraction of the price. The next visit, you might need to improvise your weekly meals a bit because stock varies. Shoppers call it a win for those willing to shop smart. Reports in California even show that grocery outlet prices can slash as much as 40% off what major chain stores are charging for everyday necessities. The warning? You have to stay flexible. Grocery Outlet doesn't promise consistency, but when it delivers, it's like hitting the jackpot for your grocery budget. Savvy shoppers know this chain's true value. They start their grocery trips here, grabbing what they can for cheap, then wrapping up their lists at pricier stores. Why pay full price somewhere else when Grocery Outlet might just cut your costs in half? Number 7, Market Basket. If you're haunting the New England area, there's one name whispered by bargain hunters over and over like a grocery chant of salvation: Market Basket. And if you haven't heard of it, that might just mean you're paying way too much for groceries. Market Basket has been around for decades, quietly building a near-cult following for its impressively low prices. Shoppers who frequent this New England staple swear by its unbeatable deals on fresh meat, produce, and just about every pantry staple you can think of. But why the obsession? A 2022 report in Boston found that Market Basket consistently crushed regional competitors in pricing on items like dairy, bread, and eggs. And yes, by crushed, we mean savings that stack up into real dollars by week's end. The store doesn't just rely on numbers, though. Generations of families shop here thanks to its no-gimmicks approach to affordability. Amanda, a local teacher, shared in a recent interview how she leans on Market Basket to keep her grocery budget under control, especially when inflation pushes other stores to crank up their markups. Sure, Market Basket might not win points for being flashy or catering to specialized diets, but what it does have is a reputation for holding the line when it comes to prices. Whether you're grabbing cereal, pasta, or fresh-packed poultry, Market Basket has positioned itself as New England's fortress of grocery savings. Number 8, Walmart. All right, the final leg of this countdown takes us to none other than Walmart. Yes, Walmart. It's easy to dismiss as just a big box store, but overlooking Walmart could be a catastrophic mistake for your grocery budget. Why? Prices, prices, prices. A 2023 study by Bankrate reaffirmed what we all secretly know but don't always appreciate. Walmart's store brand, Great Value, dominates when it comes to low-cost essentials. From canned vegetables to oatmeal, it's the chain's way of slapping down overpriced competitors with relentless force. True, complaints about produce quality pop up now and then, and sure, the atmosphere isn't exactly boutique, but when you're staring down a $30 total at checkout instead of $60, suddenly those minor quibbles don't feel so important. You can't argue with the raw affordability of a store this massive. Connor, a YouTuber who feeds a family of 5, swears by Walmart for keeping his food budget intact. He flat out claims it's the only reason he doesn't dip into his savings just to feed the kids. That kind of reliability speaks volumes, especially for shoppers who are navigating tighter than ever budgets. And there you have it. Walmart closing out the top 8. It's a store that's hard to beat for sheer cost effectiveness, even if it's not the prettiest or most curated option out there. When savings matter most, Walmart delivers. Let's switch focus and explore 8 grocery stores that often get criticized by shoppers, experts, or consumer advocacy groups for being pricey or offering less bang for your buck. Of course, this doesn't mean these stores are bad across the board. Many offer high-quality items, distinctive products, or an enjoyable shopping atmosphere. However, if keeping costs low is your top priority, these stores are frequently flagged as ones to skip, or at least shop at with care. 1. Whole Foods Market, aka Whole Paycheck. If you're on a budget, Whole Foods lives up to its infamous nickname. Whole Paycheck isn't just a joke, it's a cruel reality for anyone daring to do a full grocery run here. Since Amazon took over in 2017, there's been talk of lowered prices, but don't be fooled. The damage to your wallet is still monstrous. You'll find a dazzling array of organic foods, premium meats, and specialty health items that shout luxury! But just wait until you hit the checkout line. Everyday staples like fresh produce and poultry seem cursed with price tags that'll make you double take. Someone on Twitter even joked, "Every time I shop at Whole Foods, I feel like I'm paying rent twice." And honestly, that's not far from the truth. Sure, some fans might argue the high quality and rigorous standards for their organics justify the cost. But for folks trying to buy groceries without accidentally leaving a mortgage payment at the clerk, Whole Foods becomes the ultimate villain. If affordability is your goal, you'd best steer clear. Unless, of course, you want to linger in the aisles, contemplating which meal you'll afford to skip after dropping your entire budget into your cart. Spoiler alert, it won't be cheap. 2. Erewhon, the celebrity curse. Coming in second place is Erewhon, an upscale haunt for those who definitely aren't pinching pennies. Found in trendy hotspots like Los Angeles, this store oozes luxury with spotless aisles, dreamlike displays, and a clientele that looks like they walked right off a movie set. But beware, dear shopper, for Erewhon may as well come with a flashing red budget buster sign. The horror stories are legendary. People have walked in for a green juice, specialty almond butter, and kombucha only to walk out $50 poorer. The infamous $17 Holly Bieber smoothie caused a stir online, and rightly so. What kind of smoothie demands that kind of cash unless it grants superpowers? Shoppers splurge on promises of holistic health, leaving behind weeping bank account statements. Quality and quirkiness aside, this store isn't for mere mortals who dare to budget. Everything is delightfully curated for those with gold-lined pockets. While you might be charmed by the ambiance, your receipt will send shivers down your spine. And the worst part? That impulse to treat yourself for one trip can quickly become a nightmare of overspending. Don't say you weren't warned. 3. The Fresh Market, where price meets pretension. The Fresh Market may lure you in with its boutique vibe, classical music, and sleek deli counters, but once you're in, the trap is set. It's a horrifying blend of luxury and sticker shock. With most stores found in the eastern U.S., it sells itself as a premium experience, but your wallet might not survive the visit. Consider this a public service warning. Many customers rave about the quality, but the math never adds up. Produce and premium cuts of meat are often marked up compared to large-scale competitors. And by large-scale competitors, we mean the stores where prices make sense. A Florida shopper once admitted, "I love the atmosphere, but my budget starts crying the second I walk in." And sadly, they're not alone. True, Fresh Market does tempt shoppers with meal deals and limited promotions, but don't be fooled. Unless you catch one of those deals at the right time, the higher prices stack up like a nightmarish grocery bill. Sure, the deli might look fancy, but when you're paying extra to hear Mozart while you shop, is it really worth it? There's nothing wrong with ambiance, but it's not worth going broke over glorified produce. 4. Publix, the Southern Trap. Brace yourself, because Publix makes it onto this dreadful list. Southerners might love their legendary deli subs and friendly service, but it turns out this fan favorite has a dark side. If your goal is saving money, Publix sneaks in higher price tags that you might not notice until it's too late. Sure, Publix is famous for its cleanliness, great selection, and customer satisfaction, but creeping beneath that polished surface is a wallet-draining reality. Reports from areas like Florida and Georgia reveal that Publix's prices are significantly higher compared to competitors such as Walmart, Aldi, or Kroger. A shopper in Tampa even confessed, "If it's not on sale at Publix, I avoid it. I end up spending way more here than anywhere else." Publix is the master of distraction, offering tempting BOGO deals and high-end name-brand products, but when it's time to restock basics like pasta, snacks, or milk, the prices slash through your grocery budget. And while those famous chicken tender subs are iconic, you may end up sacrificing half your weekly spending for the sake of one sandwich. If you really want cheap groceries, Publix might not be the hero you thought it was. 5. Gelson's, your wallet's worst nightmare in Southern California. If you've set foot in Gelson's, you already know it's not your average grocery store. From the moment you walk in, you're greeted by pristine aisles, a dazzling produce section, and an air of exclusivity that screams fancy. This Southern California chain has built its reputation on offering upscale vibes and specialty products, but those vibes come at a gut-wrenching cost. You'll find unique, high-quality items here, like exotic fruits and premium cuts of meat. But brace yourself when you see the price tags. Gelson's thrives on being a premium store, which is code for prepare to spend way more than your budget allows. A 2021 local survey in Los Angeles drove this point home, revealing that Gelson's consistently charges more for brand-name groceries than competitors like Ralph's or Walmart. If you spot those high prices and think maybe the deals are hiding somewhere, you're in for a cruel awakening. Shoppers often describe Gelson's as the place to visit when you're looking to splurge, not save. "This is where I go when I want something fancy," admitted one shopper in a local forum, "but I would never come here for a big grocery haul." Stick to Gelson's if you want luxury, but if you're looking for cheap groceries, don't even bother. 6. Wegmans, the store that tricks you into spending more. Now, adding Wegmans to this list might make a few of its superfans gasp in disbelief. After all, Wegmans is widely loved for its incredible in-store experience. The sparkling clean aisles, the Instagram with the food courts, and the impressive variety can almost make you forget what's happening to your bank account. Almost. Here's where the truth gets chilling. While folks rave about Wegmans store brands being affordable and decent quality, most shoppers fall victim to the sheer range of premium and specialty goods the store showcases. It's like a grocery Bermuda Triangle where your savings just vanish. A shopper in Rochester once confessed on Facebook, "I adore Wegmans, but I know for a fact that when I need to stick to a budget, it's safer to shop at Aldi or Walmart." Wegmans has perfected the art of tempting you with convenience and quality while your cart fills up with things you didn't even plan to buy. Local reports in New York confirm that Wegmans isn't exactly cheap compared to its competitors. Sure, you might grab a few bargains on store-brand essentials, but as a whole, good luck walking out with a low bill. Wegmans is known for satisfaction, not savings. 7. Harris Teeter, the Southeastern wallet crusher. If you've hit up a Harris Teeter in states like Virginia or North Carolina, you might have noticed the glitzy displays of fresh produce and premium-grade meats. At first glance, it's a grocery shopping paradise. But don't be deceived by the friendly staff and well-stocked shelves, because Harris Teeter has a sneaky way of wringing every spare dollar out of your pocket. Local investigations have exposed time and again how Harris Teeter's prices soar above other grocery chains in the region. Reports show higher costs for everyday staples like milk, bread, and fruit. While the chain promotes savings through its VIC card loyalty program, if you're not actively chasing down deals or coupons, you might end up with a horrifyingly high total at checkout. One shopper, Daniel, shared his frustration online, saying, "Harris Teeter feels like a trap sometimes. I come in for a few basics and the next thing I know, I'm spending way more than I would anywhere else." The chain is popular among middle to upper middle customers who value convenience, but it's not built for the budget conscious. Without taking advantage of sales, you might find yourself paying a premium for the Harris Teeter experience. On paper, it looks like a great spot, but in reality, it's anything but cheap. 8. Safeway, the illusion of deals. Last but certainly not least, we wrap up this terrifying list with Safeway. A giant among grocery chains, Safeway operates throughout the western United States and even parts of the East, under banners like Vaughn's and Albertsons. With such a massive footprint, you'd think it could offer bargain prices, but think again. Safeway is often criticized for being one of the least budget-friendly grocery stores around. Even with its loyalty program and digital coupons, Safeway's base prices regularly hit noticeably higher than competitors. A 2021 price comparison in Arizona made this horrifyingly clear, showing that Safeway's brand-name goods often cost significantly more than Walmart's. For savvy shoppers, these price differences can make or break a week's groceries. Beyond prices, there's another spine-chilling complaint about Safeway's. Shoppers often point out the inconsistency in quality. Imagine forking over above-average prices, only to discover that your veggies go bad a day or two later. It's enough to make anyone think twice before revisiting. Of course, deals exist if you meticulously plan your trips and stack coupons. But if you're looking for an effortless cheap grocery run, Safeway won't deliver. It's a gamble that might cost both your patience and your wallet. And there you have it. These stores might have their fans and redeeming qualities, but if affordable shopping is your mission, you might want to avoid these budget traps at all costs. Stick around, we've got more shocking revelations coming your way. In conclusion, shopping smart is all about knowing where to go and where to avoid. These 8 grocery stores may have their perks, but they fall short when it comes to budget-friendly options. By steering clear of these pitfalls, you can save yourself from overspending and stretch your hard-earned dollars further. Choose wisely, and your wallet will thank you.